The Arts and Humanities will hold their third programming meeting for the Festival of Pacific Arts, which will take place on Guam, of course, in 2016, as we've been telling you. And joining me now from CAHA is Program Coordinator Jackie Balbus. Jackie, hafa and thanks for joining us.
Hafa Jason. Thank you for having me.
Okay, well, this is the third meeting. Get us up to speed on how the meetings have been thus far and what's being discussed.
Actually, what happened, the first programming meeting was held in November 2012, and it was basically just to have cultural practitioners and community stakeholders come together and start discussions about FESTPAC. So it was really just a basic overview. And then on the second meeting this past January, they actually talked about disciplines that, or made recommendations for certain disciplines that would be offered during the festival in 2016. So our third programming meeting will focus on that because those disciplines, the 5 programming committees, or the 5 programming disciplines that were approved by the FESTPAC Coordinating Committee, which were visual arts, folk arts, performing arts, traditional arts, which includes demonstrations and exhibitions, and then the last one is workshops, forums, and seminars. So that was all approved by the FESTPAC Coordinating Committee. So for this meeting next week, Saturday, we're going to entertain letters of interest from people who are interested in spearheading these particular subcommittees.
Now, this by no means is just your average, everyday weekend event. This is a major logistical undertaking. So, and of course, as we get closer to 2016, you guys are going to be doing things because not only is Guam going to have a very strong contingent, but we're also the host for all the other nations and everything. So how much more aggressive and how much more detailed does it get?
Well, this is the first time that Guam will be hosting the Festival of Pacific Arts. It was actually it's a rotating festival that happens every 4 years in different regions. So the last time it was hosted in Micronesia was in 2004, which Palau hosted. So we're very excited that we're going to be hosting 2016. And that event will be hosting approximately 2,500 to 3,000 delegates from 25 island nations. So it is a big undertaking. I guess you can kind of maybe compare it almost to the SPG Games held in 1999.
I was just about to say that. I was going to say, the only time there were so many different committees from the public sector, private sector, and volunteers is, I remember in SPG because I was helping out, but I mean, everybody got involved with that. And, Guam was so happy to host all these other countries, and that's a 2-week event.
It is.
That's no joke.
It's not a joke at all. In order for it to be successful, we do have to have the buy-in from the community, and of course partnerships with the private and government sector is very important. So everyone has to be part of this event.
And is this one of those types of events that, as they say, the best laid plans, so often go astray? Because, you can say, okay, we're going to have everything like this, and right now it's 2013. By the time we roll around to 2015, everything's completely changed because maybe the agenda is different, and now we want to invite some more host nations or some, like are on the bubble whether they want to attend or not. So how flexible do you guys have to be?
We probably do have to be very flexible in reference to the response that we get from the island nations that are being invited. So you do have to plan for changes. But in the meantime, the committee's been meeting for nearly 2 years now. So we're trying to get ahead of the game and just be prepared for anything.
And at some point, I would assume that you find folks would say, like, okay, well, enough meetings, we want to do this, we want to put all of our plans into action, we want to see people running around having a good time, celebrating their culture as well as our own. So how do you keep your people motivated,
Well, they just have to think. Guam has never hosted this type of event, and it really is the largest cultural gathering for cultural practitioners in the region. So it's an event that we can showcase our Guam heritage and, take pride in who we are as people. So we just have to support each other.
And that's a key thing, because are there being discussions already this far out about how to best exemplify and project, the hafa spirit and show what's best about us without being, too showy or too braggy, because we do want to give all the other nations a chance to exhibit, the best of their history and their culture.
Absolutely, Jason, you're right. But at the same token, we do have to showcase our heritage too.
Right.
So
yeah,
that's very important.
How do we best do that?
Well, we're building up towards the event. Of course, the Guam Micronesia Island Fair is our local event, so everything is being turned, or not really being turned, but focusing on more traditional and cultural activities versus just having a typical fair. So as you see in years to come, you're going to see more traditional aspects of the culture.
All right, excellent. So are you in any need of volunteers, or if anybody has maybe ideas that they wish to submit, can they do so in writing, or can they attend the meetings and maybe if anybody wishes to chip in?
Yes, the programming meetings are actually open to the public, and the next meeting will be held next week, Saturday, April 6th, 10 a.m. at GCC, the Student Training Center. So it is, anybody is welcome to come, artists, your average Joe, everybody. We do want input from the whole island community.
Yeah, and it is going to take the whole island community to pull this off the right way, which is, the Hafaday way.
Absolutely, you have to express that Hafaday spirit to our visitors and our residents too.
All right, so by no means are we finished with this, because we're going to be keeping tabs on you and talking to you throughout all the way leading up to FESTPAC 2016 and then the actual event. So Sis Masi for everything that you do, and we're certainly not done talking. We'll talk to you a lot more.
Thank you, Jason.
All right, you're going to be like our new best friend for the next 3 years.
Thank you.
We'll save that chair for you, that very chair.
Thank you, it's very comfortable. So.
All right, we'll consider it yours.
All right, thank you.
And stay tuned, because we will continue more Fiesta Friday right after this.